dating the local meth head type shit. You know what I mean?
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, let's get to unpopular opinions.
Yeah.
Billy, let's get your unpopular opinion first.
All right, my unpopular opinion this week is...
Coming with a real fucking burner.
It's pretty good. The guitar is the most overrated musical instrument.
I disagree.
That's the whole point of unpopular opinions. I'm glad you're finally getting it after 80 episodes. The whole reason why I brought this up is because I know that the guitar has changed a lot in the history of electric guitars, but it still just kind of just sounds like a guitar the whole time. And then it's always like guitar solo, guitar everything. Like Rockstar always plays a guitar like that.
There's no rock stars anymore.
Whatever.
Just saying.
Yes, there are.
Who?
Alice Cooper. Still alive.
Oh my God.
That he's not somebody that came up in this generation.
Ozzy Osbourne's still alive too.
Okay, again, you're
naming legends.
Yeah, you're naming people that have that had their time. I'm talking like
R. Kelly's still alive. He's still alive.
A pop star, right? He's
still alive.
Also not of this generation. Who is a modern day rock star? Like in the sense of like Led Zeppelin, we know the full band. We know everyone in that band.
Matt Bellamy from Muse, I would say, is a rock star, 100%. Yeah, you can whatever you want to.
I don't know who that is really. I mean, I know he muses. I didn't know his name.
He's
though.
insane at guitar and piano, and I think he has the biggest range of vocally of any person who could sing right now.
You think so?
I think Foo Fighters was probably pretty close.
Yeah, but Dave Grohl again is not of this generation. I mean, he kind of is, but he's not. He came from the Nirvana generation.
He like invented Gen X with Nirvana.
It's definitely a Gen X guy. I'm talking like millennial. Who's a millennial rock star? Gen Z's not there yet. Who's a millennial rock star?
I don't know.
They don't exist anymore.
Maybe Billy Joel Armstrong, I guess.
He's Gen X 100%.
Yeah,
it's Green Day, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they don't really, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm with the fucking
You're with the kids.
rising tides, and I'm saying, yeah, guitars out. Synthesizers for life. That's it.
What do you think, Terrell?
Man, I don't know.
Think guitar's overrated?
Hell no.
It's the most overrated.
No.
And I want to say this about like...
If the right person is playing it, it's definitely like
Prince, and that's
no.
it, right?
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Here's the thing.
What?
Piano and then electric piano, right?
Yeah.
Then what's the next iteration after that?
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of a synthesizer.
Okay, but synthesizers aren't pianos, right? Like they use a keyboard as the method of playing the instrument.
Yeah,
however,
you know what they don't
you can use guitars too.
Yeah.
No, you totally can. They have a pickup, the roll-in
Sure.
pickup. Like what's the brand? Godin. They make a MIDI controller guitar.
I see what you're trying to get at. But like, it wasn't the guitar that fucking came up with this.
But it's also
it was the piano the whole way through.
Well, it makes a little bit more sense as far as just the way it's laid out and how you get this. But at the end of the day,
at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to say. Then you're just proving my point that guitar is everything. No,
I'm not saying it's everything.
No, you're like anything. I'm saying anything that any instrument could do.
I'm not saying it's everything. I'm not saying it's everything.
No, you are.
What I'm saying
it's overrated.
It's not overrated. That's all I'm saying.
Overrated.
No, I'm not saying it's everything. I'm saying that it's not overrated.
It's overrated.
It has a very firm place in modern music, and I think that if it wasn't there, you would miss it.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to say like.
Therefore, it's not overrated.
No, it is overrated because it's just like it is still just like the same. It's the same thing every time.
Name one pop song right now that has a fucking ripping guitar solo. But name one pop song that doesn't have at least some kind of guitar in it.
Thunderstruck.
That's not a song that came out now. That's an AC/DC song from the fucking 80s.
Never heard of them. It's pretty good though.
It's a great song.
All right, Billie Eilish.
What?
No guitar in Bad Girl. What's the name of that song? I forgot.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Zero.
Okay, but what about like
she didn't have no guitar on Ocean Eyes either.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
What about Uptown Funk? Wouldn't like that song is very guitar driven. And there's literally no guitar solo in that. But you would totally miss a guitar in that.
Strongly disagree that it's guitar driven.
Are you kidding me?
It's lyrical driven, if anything. And all it is just like giant synthesizer stabs. Take out the guitar,
watch
nobody would notice.
That's such
nobody
that's
would notice.
Such bullshit.
Nobody would notice.
I'm sure we could find a YouTube track.
And I bet it wasn't even guitar. They were just like on a piano just doing it.
I disagree with that. Yeah. You think it's overrated or what do you think?
It's about guitar?
Yeah. You said no, right?
Yeah,
it's not overrated.
It's unpopular opinion.
Yeah, it's
well,
okay. My unpopular opinion this week is that being a musician doesn't entitle you to compensation. Exposure gigs are real and valuable.
Playing for exposure. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
That's a good one.
But like, literally, if all you play are exposure gigs,
of course, man. Oof. That's not what I said, though, right?
No, like they're valuable, but like at a certain point, they get filtered down to like, okay, like I'm not playing exposure gigs anymore,
right?
Not even because I need exposure, just like this fucking sucks.
Yeah,
like I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, totally, and that's fine. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is that just because you are a musician and you put in the hours. Does not mean that you're entitled to compensation for playing a gig.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different variables that come into play here.
No, I get what you're saying. I kind of agree with that, actually.
Yeah, and I think it's wild to me, like this thing that happens on social media with like, if you don't want to pay a band, you're like you got to pay for the 10,000 hours. You got to pay for all the gear, blah, blah. It's okay. But like, honestly, at the end of the day, if you're a cover band, one thing. There's no exposure gigs with cover bands. You're playing music that's tested and approved. We know people like it. It works. You might be a shitty cover band. Doesn't matter. If you're a bar hiring a cover band for the night, you got to pay them, period. If you're an original act and you're selling tickets to shows, you have to prove your worth first. It's a new product,
I agree.
Right? Like anything else. Like we know that the car industry exists, right? Like, but if there's a brand new car in the market, or new technology within the car, like it's got to be shopped around, and like there has to be some trial runs of it working before people know that it's actually a good thing to buy into, right?
Yeah. Exposure. I'll take an exposure car. That'd be great.
Well, maybe that's a bad example.
Let's go.
But like a new business starting out, like you have a cleaning.
I get what
you know
what
I mean? Like there's a new
definitely.
cleaning spray or something. You know what I mean? You gotta like educate people on the product.
I don't think that's.
I like how you explained it too.
Yeah, because like I just see constant just people that are just starting from nothing that are taking all these gigs, and the reason why musicians get paid nothing is because they will play for only exposure.
Yeah,
I understand.
And it waters down the market.
Right, totally. And that's a problem in itself. But
that's what I mean. I'm saying I think most of the people would agree with you.
No, I disagree, man. Yeah. I've been seeing posts recently where musicians are just talking about how, if you're getting paid, like bars need to be paying X amount of dollars for this and that. And it's like you're not separating the grind from like being a bar musician from being like an original artist, and they're very different grinds. They're different industries. When you're playing in a bar for covers all night, you're an extension of the service industry. You are not operating in the music industry, right? If you want to have a seat at the table, write music and prove to the world that people want to hear it.
Exactly.
If they want to hear it, they will buy tickets to your shows. They will stream your music. They will watch your videos on YouTube. Whatever it is, they will buy into your brand and they will follow it. At which point you can then say, "Hey, here are my numbers. I've sold X amount of tickets in this market, X amount of times. Whatever. This is what I want to play because at this point I'm bringing you business, right? So you have to pay me for that. Until then, the venue has no idea whether or not you're going to bring people in the door."
Thanks.
So you got to hop on the opening slots for bigger artists. You got to, you got to take your hits, and you have to prove to the talent buyers and everybody else out there that you're worth something before you get paid for what you're doing.
I agree. You talking facts, bro. Like for real. People will tend to start something off and act like they deserve, like say for example, you've been playing guitar for how long?
I would say professionally for about like 12 years.
Okay. So literally there will be people that will pick up a guitar, maybe play for like a year or two, and feel like they are entitled to more, than what you got going on. But that goes to what goes back to people like settling or spreading themselves thin, you know what I'm saying? Like the opportunities are good, but at the same time, you want to be a part of things that are going to also elevate you. But it's cool to be like, yeah, I'm finna open up for this artist and that and that and that. But if that's all that is happening, you know what I'm saying, then like what's next? Are you going to continue to do that?
That's the thing. Like you have to have a game plan. You have to know how to like leverage those scenarios to work in your favor. And that's a big thing. Like definitely use those exposure gigs to leverage getting paid at some point.
Yeah.
Like don't just let them go to the wind, and that's something a lot of up and coming artists don't know. Yeah. Like you have to track your numbers. You have to like know how many tickets you're selling. You know what I mean? Like all that shit. And and just like document the fact that you're playing those shows at all.
For real though.
And then then you're armed with leverage to come back and really start asking for money at some point. But until then, playing a $600 bar gig and playing covers on it is not the same as like writing music and putting yourself out there as an artist. It's a totally different grind.
Literally.
They're different industries altogether. Yeah.
Because honestly, don't get me wrong, you can play cover gigs everywhere in the world.
It's easy.
It's very easy.
Nothing to it.
But it's like, it's a different story when you're literally your own, you know what I'm saying, like brand. Like you're traveling different countries doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
totally.
They're asking you what your price is.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Bro, you're right. You was on point with that one. Seriously. I might get kicked in the throat. This might be crazy. Unpopular opinion. Trump should have stayed in office.
Oh
wow.
That's let's hear this. Hold on. Let's hear him out.
I'm gonna be honest, man. It's too much happening. Like
it's worse than the pandemic.
Yes, like it's not much order, bro. Like we are making the decisions ourselves. Think about when COVID happened. Nobody didn't really stay inside. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
not in Florida, anyways. They did in other places.
Not really. Like seriously, I had friends that was still doing shows like in heavy secluded places when COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know.
We did too, for that matter.
I don't know.
You think you should have seen it through? You know what I mean? Like wrap it up and everything like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, just wait a year and a half. He'll be back.
I feel like it's a certain thought process that the people should have that could literally elevate each other, but not. I mean, of course, support each other, but at the same time, we have to be stable within ourselves too. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. I'm going to out myself here. I'm a pretty conservative guy. However, what I felt like Trump was doing was the exact opposite of what you're saying, and I felt like he was by far the most divisive president we've ever had, like the history of the United States. I mean, like nobody did more to try and create a divide between classes, ethnicities, races. He did more to damage that fabric of our society than any other president, I think, in the last 100 years has done.
And I definitely understand. And definitely, I can agree that around that time, a lot of things definitely were, bad. But I mean, it's been like that for years, though.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I just don't think any president, in bold, think about Obama for a second, right? And I'm not, whatever, not a fan.
Missy Big Cat.
Shout out to Obama.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that there was never for a moment when he was the president where I felt like a nuclear war could erupt at any minute.
Yeah, he was great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely kept it peaceful. I'll say that.
He didn't keep it peaceful. He
put body cams on cops. It was great.
What he did was...
It's true.
What he did was he created the illusion that he had it all under control. When he spoke, you were like, you know what? He's got it covered, even though we know that's not true.
Yeah.
What Trump did was literally just piss everybody off who didn't agree with him, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing. There was things that he put in place that I don't disagree with, things that he did that I liked.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm just top 5 worst presidents we've ever had.
Can I meet you in the middle? I wish that Twitter didn't boot him off of his platform. I wish he still had Twitter.
He was hilarious.
Because that was the best.
If he wasn't the president, I would say that he's a comedian.
I feel like he was definitely one of the most verbal.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
He would
I
talk.
just couldn't. It was so sad, but how awful the things that he said were. But it was just I can't believe this is happening right now. This is amazing.
I want to hear you out a little bit more though. Is there another reason why you think that he should still be in office right now?
I mean, I wouldn't say okay
because he never lost. All right. First off,
listen, vote to votes, vote to votes.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, man, I feel like at the end of the day, as far as being a leader, I feel like there is a standard, and we all as Americans should definitely have a sort of. I mean, of course, we're the coolest. You know what I'm saying? When we go to different countries, people will recognize an American.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And but treat us like fucking royalty.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. So I don't know, man. I feel like there was a financial gain within it all that could have put a lot of citizens in place to be even more financially stable.
I agree. Do you think do you think that it was worth the social dismounting, I guess, of like the fabric that we've been kind of building over the last 100 years to kind of correct relations with people and trying to kind of, I think, move past a certain stigma that's toxic within the U.S. for so long?
Yeah.
Do you think that it was worth sacrificing that for the financial gain that he might have offered on the economic front?
That's a good question. Because
not to mention the turmoil that he caused between like us and other countries, the relations between us and like China and like other countries, where it was like
Mexico,
like
literally an entire continent.
Yeah, like I mean, like just.
But we always had beef with countries. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like
but he definitely exacerbated some of that.
I mean, of course, but it's kind of like, I mean, I don't know. Every president that we've had, there has been something or some type of disagreement with their country. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. It's one thing to piss off like Europe. It's one thing to piss off like Mexico. It's another thing to piss off China.
Yeah, man, listen.
You know what I mean?
Invisible missiles.
Yeah. Invisible Missiles is a great band name.
That would be a raw band name.
Yeah, Invisible Missiles.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
that's definitely an unpopular opinion, though, for sure. Or not really. I mean, there's a lot of people that agree with you too.
No, for sure. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying that Biden is bad. I'm not saying.
No, he does. He's terrible.
Like,
he's bad.
See, and that wouldn't, and I wouldn't say it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that I personally feel like it would have been a little more. You know, because I don't know. You gotta. I respect the president and the vice president. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of all over the place, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know what their thoughts are. You don't really know what their plans are, you know. It's
and
just,
also there's a limit to what they can actually do and can't do. You know what I mean? Like there's literally like their position is very temporary.
Yeah.
So they don't really get a whole lot of say in what happens because
it's the fucking face of the Illuminati. That's all it is.
It's you know, you can make fun of it all you want, but at the end of the day, you have to be aware of the fact that like there's decisions being made that we don't know about, and there's things happening at a certain level that we're not aware of. I'm not saying that 5 people control the world.
Did you watch the TikTok that I sent you yesterday?
I just watched it today. Yeah.
Wait, which one? The one
Biden was reading off the thing,
and it just has like a real and who knows? It could be photoshopped or something like that. But it's like a cue card for him, what he's supposed to do when he walks into a room, and it's just really weirdly written. It says you in big bold letters. You walk into a room.
Whoa.
You shake this person's hand. You go, and it's just like, is this a conspiracy or is this directions for an 80-something-year-old man? And that's probably what it is.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
But
that's terrifying.
Wait, Biden is 80?
Yeah.
He's the oldest president we ever had.
Yeah. And the dude,
he's 81, I think.
And the dude is losing it.
He's not looking.
Be honest.
He's not looking good. If you're president, like camera adds like 15 years and 4. Like you looked at Obama, he was like salt and pepper at the end of it, but like fucking, I don't think he's gonna last to the end of the election.
You think so?
No,
they gotta find.
Die.
They gotta find somebody else.
I think they're gonna keep him afloat.
He looks so bad.
They gotta find somebody else. Look at the fucking Republicans or with all this Trump shit.
It's gonna be Trump for sure.
I'm not a Trump guy. I'm definitely not a Republican guy. However, the Dems got to find somebody, man. It's not going to be Biden. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, as citizens, we know how to agree and disagree, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Bernie Sanders, he's coming back.
All right.
Ain't he about 80?
He's older than Joe Biden, yeah.
Jesus.
Let's bring him back. That's fucking awesome.
I think they said in 2024, if he were to be elected, he would be 85.
Wow.
Oh, man. Which is ridiculous.
But
he should have won years and years and years ago.
Yeah, he should have.
And he can still talk and it makes sense, so he got my vote.
Yeah, it makes
Otherwise,
sense.
Makes
a lot of sense.
I would rather him than Biden, honestly.
I'll just vote for Kanye again until he becomes president.